let's talk about the Monday nighter. This one is going to be a lot of fun. 8:15 p.m. Eastern, NFC Wild Card. Cowboys 12-5, 4-4 on the road at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 8-9, 5-4 at home at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. 56 Fahrenheit, clear, 1 mile per hour is the wind. Take a look at the line history here for this one. Dallas opening up as 2.5-point favorites at minus 123, which is basically a 3. That's gone all the way down to a minus 2.5 at minus 110. So a 13-cent move towards the Buccaneers. From a total perspective, it opened up at 44.5 and it's now at 45.5. Cash flow wise, 65% of the tickets and 84% of the cash is on the Buccaneers. Very public dog here. Then we have 35% of the tickets on the over, but 76% of the cash. The Cowboys have had now 11 straight playoff appearances without a trip to the conference finals. That's the longest streak in NFL history. They come in off a very underwhelming 26-6 loss in Washington to close out the regular season. The offense looked awful. 182 total yards, 4 of 18 on third down. Dak Prescott looked terrible. 14 of 37 for 128 yards, touchdown and a pick. He threw his 15th interception of the season, his 7th straight game with at least 1 interception, 3 pick sixes in his last 4 games. CeeDee Lamb caught 5 passes for 52 yards and a quarterback. Dak Prescott versus pressure is bad. 56 quarterback rating, 47.4% completion rate, 48.9 grade from Pro Football Focus, 5 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 298 passing yards on 207 dropbacks. It's weak. Neither Zeke, Tony Pollard, or Malik Davis could get anything going on the ground. They finished with 27 carries for 64 yards. Over the past 2 games, they have a total of 151 yards rushing as a team, and you can point right to the Terrence Steele injury 5 weeks ago versus the Texans. He went down, and all of a sudden, the Cowboys' running game is not so dangerous anymore. The Buccaneers, a lot of us have, and I have a vividness bias of them being a really strong, stout defense against the run and a good defense overall. They're not, but they're not bad. They gave up 120.7 rushing yards per game, 15th in the NFL. But this Cowboys defense allowed a third-string rookie quarterback to put up 309 total yards and control the game. They did hold the Commanders to 2-6 in the red zone. They need Van Der Esch back badly. This team was so dangerous before the injuries changed everything. They were averaging 4.2 sacks per game in the first 10 games. They averaged 1.7 sacks a game. They've had 12 sacks in the last 7 games. They lost to the Bucs 19-3 in Dallas in week 1. I don't think that has any... It's not revenge. I don't think it matters personally. The Cowboys are 1-4-1 against the spread in their last 6 on the road. I think that matters. But I also think that there's a bias going on with everybody saw how bad they were in what was basically a meaningless football game. And we'll touch on that here in a second. Let's just quickly talk about the Buccaneers coming in off a 30-17 loss at Atlanta, up 17-10 at the half. Brady was 13-17 for 84 yards and a touchdown before being replaced by Blaine Gabbert and then Kyle Trask. Brady had winning records 21 straight seasons before this year. Second lowest yards per attempt in his entire season. In his entire career, 6.4. Very, we've been seeing him check down nonstop all year. And his lowest Pro Football Focus grade since 2013, 79.7. Godwin caught 6 for 55. Mike Evans was sick and didn't play. Dallas' secondary allowing the 10th fewest passing yards per game this season. It was a meaningless game for the Bucs. I don't think we need to put too much on the stats against Atlanta, so I'm not going to. Jamel Dean had a great first half of the season. He was not good in the second half, their quarterback. Tampa Bay's pass rush is nothing like they've been the last couple of years. 15th in pressure rate, 22nd in hurry rate. The offense did lose 2 starters in the first quarter, and Robert Hainsey left the game with a hamstring injury. Now, we're not entirely sure how much this will hurt them. So Hainsey's been playing in place all year in place of their starting center, Ryan Jensen, who was injured in the first day of training camp. So that messed up the whole offensive line, got them off to a bad start. They moved Nick Leverett over to center to fill in after Hainsey went down. But there's chances that Jensen could be back. And also Hainsey's hamstring injury is a tweak and not a serious strain. Tristan Wirfs is already He's been playing on an ankle sprain. He should be good to go. They already don't have Donovan Smith, who is inactive with the foot injury. So Brandon Walton got the start at left tackle for Smith. But Ryan Jensen could be back. They could have their Pro Bowl center back in the lineup. He has 8 days left on his 21-day practice window to either be added to the active roster or remain on the injured reserve for the rest of 2022. Tampa Bay's been the worst team in the of all against the spread, 4-12-1, and no team has reached the conference championship game after finishing the regular season with a losing record. And the Bucs, they don't cover at home this year, 2-7-1 against the spread in their past 10 at home. Take it away here for us. This one's going to be so much fun. Our Monday Night Live bet stream. Take it away, Cowboys, Buccaneers.
I did look at about a week and a half ago. I was looking at this game and wondering how low it would open. I was almost thinking going over, but Tampa Bay does not seem to know how to get out of their own way on offense. I mean, think back to the end of that Saints game. They had to play with urgency. They played with tempo. They had to pass. They had to push the ball down the field more often. How good did Tom Brady look in those 2 drives when they came back to beat the Saints by 1? That's the best he's looked since, all year. Honestly, I'd say those 2 drives were his best 2 drives. And they haven't seemed to figure out that they can push the ball. They don't have to play at a ridiculously slow pace. They don't have to run the ball on first down. They don't have to run the ball at all. They obviously still have to run a little, but they're running too much. They're playing too slow. They're not pushing the ball. It's crazy how they just don't understand the advantages they have with these receivers and a very experienced quarterback. I don't love the coaching much here too, and this is one which, God, should I just make one of these teasers official finally? And like Tampa Bay plus 2.5 is a sexy teaser leg. I've actually switched kind of lanes where I may be on this under. Tampa Bay, if they have everybody's fine and healthy now against the front 7, this is a formidable rush defense. Zeke's looking slower every week. I know Tony Pollard's very good, but they seem to be hesitant to use him a ton. I don't know, Jimmy. Other guy, I love you, DX Filer. And yeah, if Tampa Bay's defense plays, you remember this first game? I think Dallas scored like 3 points, man. They just couldn't get going at all versus defense. Obviously, they were very healthy at the beginning of the season. Yeah, it's Tampa money line, Tampa in points, Tampa teaser leg. I do like the Bucs here as much as I've hated this team. And it's honestly 2 coaches I dislike, 2 coaching staffs. I haven't seen them get the most out of their players. Maybe outside of what we've seen from the Dallas defense back when they were completely healthy. So Dallas's defense is anything but healthy, while Tampa Bay's is getting there. So I don't know what's the teaser.
Teaser would be 8.5.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm just looking at like which is my favorite leg out of all the other ones to put it with. Funny. Because like I said, we don't have the Miami game down to 8.5 yet. We don't have the Giants sitting at 3.5. So it's probably, there's some Jacksonville 2.5s out there. Like Jacksonville, Tampa, home dog teaser.
All right, Jacksonville.
Yeah, I was going to say, Papa Cold Springs, which coach can you trust? Let's throw out the bye week teams, talking about the 12 teams, and maybe I'm just talking to the chat while Jimmy's looking stuff up, because I think you guys will have a lot of answers to this. Like, who's the best coach on Wild Card weekend? It's nobody in this game.
No,
it's nobody. It's nobody in the Jags-Chargers game.
It's
Shanny. Shanny for sure.
Yeah,
like it's Shanny, and then there's a gap, I'd say.
Well, then there's Dable.
Yeah, and I'm still like I like him quite a bit, but I haven't seen a more than a year out of him yet. Yeah. Jury's kind of out. We fell in love with Stefanski way too early. God, it might be Dable though. It's Shanny, and then. And Dable, maybe Kevin O'Connell. I know the Vikings have got lucky, but God, Kevin O'Connell got a lot out of a team that was picking up absolute retreads from other teams, and like some of the defensive players that they put out there this year. Yeah, Pete Carroll. I'm gonna give Waldron a lot of credit in that system as well too. Yeah, it's kind of Shanahan and then a bunch in the middle, and then the trash, the McCarthys,
yeah,
and the Staleys.
The Jacksonville plus 7.5, Tampa Bay plus 8.5. It does sound.
Yeah, there's this.
Does sound.
I could see the Chargers winning. I do not see them winning by margin.
Are you making Tampa Bay straight up?
No, we'll just put them in the teaser.
Just put them in the teaser.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what to do with this one. I think that seeing the Cowboys play so horrifically is probably a benefit for anybody who wants to back the Cowboys because you're going to get a better number. Or you can show real concern. I don't show real concern, but I just see everybody on the Buccaneers right now, and I guess that always makes me nervous. I guess I need time. I don't think I've ever bet the Cowboys in the playoffs. I don't know if I ever have in my life. So Papa Call says, which is your lean? I need to know what's going on with Ryan Jensen. I need to know what's going on with Tampa Bay Buccaneers offensive line.
That would be it. And I guess I did kind of glaze over that. Trending positive from everything I'm hearing. So that would be great for this team. Like
huge.
It sounds like Wirfs and it sounds like everything is trending positive for Tampa Bay's offensive line health.
So if this offensive line is the offensive line we remember, then yes, I agree that Tampa Bay will be the look. But I need to know that's happening because with Hainsey getting hurt, I just need to know. I imagine Wirfs is good to go. I imagine the bigger question mark is Jensen.
Oh,
but with
sure.
if Hainsey's out, let's say Hainsey and Jensen are out, then I think I take the Cowboys.
Yeah, and Papa Calls is pointing out. Yeah, every time I caught up today with news and I headed over to the Discord, somebody had already posted it first, which good for you guys getting the news. But yeah, it sounds like everything's trending well, better than we expected for the offensive line and the defensive health. So maybe we see a run. This is our future, Jimmy. We have Tampa Bay, San Francisco in the. Could that work out? Yeah, the Niners are division champs. The Niners would. The Eagles would probably play Vikings, Giants winner. Unless, Cowboys are 5, Tampa's 4, so they would go to Niners if the Niners win.
So you'd
have Tampa. More than likely, Tampa would play San Francisco next round.
I have $200 from whenever it was. I think it was like week 5. So I have $200 on Tampa plus 900. So that's my future situation here. I have 200 on the Niners at plus 1,500, 200 on the NFC plus 750. I cashed the division. I have 200 on the Chargers Super Bowl plus 1,400, 200 on the AFC plus 850. And then 200 on the Buccaneers at plus 900. And then I have 400 on the Bengals at plus 400 for AFC and 400 on the Bengals plus 750. And I feel like I'm in a really nice spot. I feel like I like that. But maybe because I have the Tampa future, which I don't believe in, maybe I should just stay off this game. I'm going to keep studying this game. But I do agree with everybody. If the offensive line becomes a huge strength all of a sudden, when we've seen what's happened to the Cowboys offensive line, and how things changed when Terrence Steele got hurt. I think that will change things. And I'll lean towards the Bucs. Do we know Leighton Vander Esch is in, right? We expect him to play for the Cowboys this week.
I thought so. I guess I didn't have him on like real big watch.
This is going to be.
I don't trust these Dutch.
Sky Dragon says Eagles at plus 220 to win the NFC last week was free money. I can't wait, Dennis. I can't wait. Even if your Eagles do succeed, I can't wait to see them get tested by somebody, and hopefully that happens next week. There you have it. Those are all 6 games here